To kick off the night. Book launch time coming up on the 7th of November in Garstang. Everybody here welcome, of course. Tall Tales. I'm 5'11" and 3/4. Plunge me in the deep end and the waters lap above my head, but what I cannot fathom is why I feel so small beside the proper tall. Take my boss. He's as lofty as the wind in the trees. Given the jobs, I respond to the sag of his knees. And I can't help reverting to juvenile snivelling, like when I was a nipper and my dad did the discipline. But I'm hardly a dwarf, so I guess that I ought to wonder, am I high-handed with the really short? Do I regard those closer to earth as beneath my gaze, as lowly serfs? And it's worth reflecting that almost all women, whether well-heeled or not, beehive with trimmings, barely tickle my eyeline, sidling up to my side. Do I loom all superior, abusing my height? Well, I try to be fair, not to play the advantage, but the thought keeps on festering like a mouldy old sandwich. What if most of this sexism crap was actually heightism, done up in drag? See, I long for an egalitarian utopia. Not easy, I know. I don't want to soft-soap you. I've decided to act to level the field. Take the lanky, the skanky, the Cuban stack-heeled, and those the wrong size, by a foot or a head, I will chain to the frame of Procruste's old bed, and true you all up with the saw and the rack, with myself as the template. So I'm all right, Jack. Before you about mountain biking.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Why was it in, military, not in metric?
I'm very old-fashioned.
You are very
just very old.
old,
Yes.
you?
But
How old are you then?
41.
You're younger than me.
Wow. Okay.
You know, I'm very metric.
But how can you describe fathom in metric?
I'm just thinking about
1 metre 83 doesn't quite scan. Okay, if I carry on with this now. Yeah. Okay. Talk to you later then.
You do that. My name's Carol.
Hi, Carol. Have I pulled? So.
Get with it.
Right. Okay. Mountain biking. I knew I was talking about something. So earlier this year, it was still about -11 in the lake. So I was on the mountain bike up on the High Street Fells, riding on snow. But the valleys were in springtime mode, and that's to me is like a visit from Mr. Metaphor. So here we go. Hanging on. I plummeted from the summit, scattering boulder scutters, swishing snow smears, the winter whistling in my wake. The slope was steep, a headlong rush, through layers of air growing warm and dense, hanging prehensile from the back of the bike, reluctant to break and risk a gymnast's vault. A season, passed in a finger snap, to hearttops, clustered cottages, where daffodils drowsed in cat-sun corners, and titmice busied in the birch-bright sky. So suddenly was spring upon my senses, such is the rhythm of recent years, snapping awake to an urgency of falling, and time a roaring in my ears. Thanks, folks.